Hello, Caitlin, and welcome to your follow-up reading. I have cleansed your space, I have prayed and meditated, and I am going to start by pulling you an Ascended Masters card and see who is going to be guiding your messages today, my darling. And you have Kuan Yin, so beautiful, beautiful vibration of Mother Mary coming in. If you're not familiar with Kuan Yin, I'm going to suggest that you take a moment to look her up. A very, very, very beautiful vibration of the Divine Mother from Asia, very connected to the lotus. As you can see, she has a lotus in her hand here. I'm actually working on a collection that has lotuses in it right now, so I'm smiling. But the lotus comes up from the mud. It is reborn from the darkest, dirtiest part, and every day it has a chance to bloom into something beautiful. So a beautiful symbol of rebirth, new beginnings and transformation. So let me jump right in here. I'm going to start by pulling you some cards from the past life deck. See what they want to talk about. Often it can be something that you are very connected to and it hasn't come up in the healing, and other times it can be something that you are it's going to be completely unrelated to anything we've picked up in the soul retrieval or the healing, and it will be something that you will be dealing with moving forward, whether it is a soulmate dynamic that needs to be released, that was part of the healing, or a soulmate dynamic that's going to enter your life that has a profound role to play in your ascension, in your growth, or in your healing process moving forward. So, okay. We have a beautiful overall message of wisdom. So you may find that you are coming into contact with a soulmate who is brings a lot of wisdom and offers you a lot of guidance in maybe a role as a mentor, or offers you some sort of wisdom that helps you have clarity and see where the next stage of your journey is. Or this could just be that you are profoundly wise and you have retained a lot of the information from your own past lives, and that you are indeed this mentor, or that you will be stepping into this mentor role of being the sage, wise friend that offers a good advice and counsel to those around. Okay, let's jump right in here. We are starting with Egypt straight out of the door. So we know I definitely did not get any Egyptian vibes from your healing. Doesn't mean they weren't there. It just means that they didn't have the most important role in your healing. The next card is Knighthood. The next card is Spouse. Now we know I saw a spouse connection that had a really profound effect on you after you lost that person. So the next card we have is Ships. The next one we have is Farm. I'm going to place that one over beside the Spouse. We have High Priest and Priestess, which is definitely the role that you were embodying and that you are stepping into, trying to make contact with the spouse after you lost him. The next card we have is Galactic. We have Wars and Battles, which I know is related to you losing your spouse in wartime. And then we have the Celtic card. So interesting little dynamic playing out here. I'm going to move them in to different spaces and talk about them and read some of the messages for you actually. So I'm going to begin in the area that I have received the least amount of information from your healing, which is Egypt and ships. Now, ships and Egypt do have a very, very, very strong connection, and that is to do with the connection also to Atlantis, because Atlantis was more than just an island. It was actually a continent, and it covered Asia all the way around to America. It was massive civilization, and it didn't go down overnight. It went down in 3 stages. Now, the priests and the priestesses, so the high priests and the priestesses, the keepers of the sacred knowledge and the keepers of the sacred flames, they took the knowledge and they traveled in ships to different parts of the world in order to preserve and keep that divine knowledge. And Egypt was one of the places that they traveled to. So let me read this card. This card signals that you have a significant past life connection to Egypt, which relates to your present situation and question. When a negative pattern stubbornly refuses to heal, its roots are often buried in a lifetime beyond conscious memory. Fortunately, you can access and heal the issue. Like gardening, you can eliminate the vestiges of the past by pulling them out at their roots. If you are drawn to Egyptian culture and travel, you most likely had a positive experience in this lifetime. You may wish to explore the belief systems of Egypt or tap into ancient memories. Much of Egyptian spirituality involved astronomy and astrology, so stargazing can also help you trigger insights and recollections. On the other hand, if the thought of traveling to Egypt is frightening to you, or you have negative feelings about this culture or spirituality, you may have deep-seated fears and associations with this lifetime. This is fairly common, as many traumas occur in this land in ancient times. Working with a qualified past life therapist or regressionist can help you release and heal old toxic energies. Okay, so give me some feedback on the Egypt card. I don't think there's anyone in, the I'm using air quotes now, spiritual community who doesn't who hasn't at one point been very drawn to Egypt, to the culture, to what was left behind. A lot of people feel very, very, very connected to it. It then comes down to personally if it feels good to you, or if it feels like there is some sort of an aspect that need healing. So I'm going to say pay attention to what comes up in your dreams, if anything, about Egypt moving forward, because you definitely have a past life tie there. I'm also going to read ships for you. Your prior lifetime spent on ships brings you this card today. As a former sailor or crew member or ship passenger, you have experiences at sea that have exerted an influence on the situation that you are inquiring about. You probably already have a sense of what type of life you led aboard these ships. The question now becomes if your experience has affected your present life. Negative reactions such as fears, phobias, or positive reactions such as a longing to travel and a special affinity with the ocean all may have arisen in prior lifetimes. So I'm going to say that there is a soul connection that you have with someone that is somehow connected to water, ships, or movement or travel by ship. So that's what's coming through for me there. Again, I would like your feedback. Okay. The middle one, we have the knighthood card. Now, as you can see, there is the symbol of the unicorn on his shield. The Knights Templars were keepers of the Grail. They were keepers of the secret, and the unicorn is actually the secret symbol for the bloodline of Christ. So they were the keepers of the sacred knowledge and the bloodline. So we have knighthood tied in with the galactic card and tied in with the Celtic lands. Now the 3 go hand in hand. We had the knights, we had the druids, and then you have the galactic card, which tells me that you have probably been a star seed, an earth angel who has incarnated in many, many, many forms throughout the journey of your soul. But this tells me now that you are someone who stands up for what is right, someone who has a moral compass and a moral code that runs really deep within your soul. No one has to tell you what is wrong and what is right. You inherently know this, and that is because for many lifetimes you have held this passion and dedication and devotion to walking a divine path and to what is true and what is integrous to your being and your soul. And you are still doing that now because you are a starseed who has come in from the beautiful galaxy in order to be here at this moment in time to help birth the new age that we are stepping into now. Now, the Celtic card tied in with the high priest and the knighthood is also very symbolic, because again, it was the Druids are very tied into the Celtic lands. You also have the high priest, which I know that I saw you dabbling in the occult, trying to connect your spouse now. There was darkness involved in that, but I think it was your grief of losing your love that made you try everything, and I'm guess it pulled you into an area that was like it was draining off your life force, and it was visible. But I'm going to say that you were drawn to that occult and the spirituality because you had in fact been a high priest in previous lifetimes, or a high priestess. So I am going to read the Celtic card for you, because again, it is something that you will either be very, very, maybe you're from a Celtic bloodline. I mean, I'm Irish, so maybe your family line is Celtic, but you definitely have a strong past life tie or a bloodline tie. And we can't forget that I've just spoken about a bloodline here that is connected to the symbolism on this card. So, you know, the red hair thing is a bloodline thing. The red hair, they went after the witches with the red hair. Why? Because they were the ones who were gifted. Why? Because they came from a certain type of bloodline, like my family are the RH negative ones, and they're all very gifted. They all have red hair. These things ran in bloodlines throughout countries, cultures, families, and so on. So you drew this card because you had a significant past lifetime in Celtic lands, and you continue to be bonded to this culture. Perhaps you have lived in or visited the Isles of Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, or England. If so, you may have a sense of déjà vu and be an Anglophile, a person who adores these cultures. You're also fascinated with Stonehenge and King Arthur's Camelot. You may have learned the old religion in the Celtic lands, which involved the use of healing herbs and gaining wisdom from oak trees. You could have even been an ancient druid in disguise. Your connection to the elemental realms have made you love fairies, elves, and the fae. You also respect and love trees, especially oaks and willows. If you haven't already done so, schedule a visit to some of the ancient sacred sites in the United Kingdom and Ireland. Exploring their stone circles, their castles, and their spiritual artifacts may trigger additional healing memories. Now, they mentioned King Arthur there, and we also have one of Arthur's knights here. So, yeah, triple meanings coming in for you there. I will pull extra clarification on these in groups as well, but I'm just going to run through some of the book messages they want you to know. Okay. So, the spouse, the beautiful spouse that I saw you with in the land that looked like a garden. It had beautiful wild flowers. It had big oak trees. It could have quite possibly been a farm. If I was to say, from the feel of the uniform, it felt very deep south. that type of a feel, that type of a period. And it's obviously come out with the Wars and Battle card. So I saw that you had a beautiful spouse in this lifetime. You were very much in love. I saw you holding hands, and there was a red string of faith that was tied between the two little fingers. They show me this symbolism when it is a fated love, a soulmate bond that has run from lifetime to lifetime. In this particular lifetime, I saw that you lost him, and in the process of your grief, you lost yourself, and you dove very deeply into Ouija boards, the occult, black magic, things like that. And there was some sort of a blood ritual thing involved. I just saw some blood in a bowl and a knife. So I cleared that out of the way. So High Priest and Priestess, I don't know exactly how far you dabbled in that lifetime, but I get the sense that it is something that you had worked with previously. In that case, it was to do with your grief and your desperation to contact the love that you lost. So now that we have clarity on these cards, I'm going to read your overall card for you, the Wisdom, and we are going to jump into pulling a lot more clarification. This card indicates that you have tremendous wisdom and knowledge from prior lifetimes that seeks to resurface now. Even if you have never thought yourself to be particularly wise, this card indicates that you have learned important lessons and information that will serve you and others if it is reawakened now. This card can indicate that it is time for you to return to school or to seek additional education of some sort. This may even be a sign that you are changing your career path. Your re-emerging knowledge is guiding you towards work that is more meaningful. This card asks you to believe in yourself and to know that you have what it takes to tackle a career related to the true interests and passions. So, beautiful message there. Right. I'm going to see what Ascended Masters want to join for each one. So I'm going to start with Egypt and ships. Okay. I'll have one more, please. Thank you. Knighthood, Celtic and Galactic, please. Okay. Thank you. And High Priestess, Spouse, Farm. You want that one there? Okay. Wars and Battles. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was a lot. Okay. So, over on top of Egypt, we are starting with Lady Nada and Heart Awakening. So, the message that came through was that you have a connection that is entering your life from a past life in Egypt. And when this connection enters your life, you will experience a heart awakening. So Lady Nada is here, and it says, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So pay close attention to any new but familiar soul connections that come into your life. The next card we have is Devotion and Krishna, and it says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. And the next one, I'm glad this came out. Okay, the next one is Lady Portia. Divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding now. Lady Portia is the divine counterpart of Saint Germain, and Saint Germain is the keeper of the sacred flames from the Atlantean temples. The sacred flames is what I work with when I am transmuting what I find during the healings. So in fact, I just cleared the whole space using the violet flame before I begin doing any work. So this is coming through to tell me that your journey was indeed from Atlantis via a ship to Egypt. So there we go on that one. We are now moving to the next one, and we have Knighthood galactic and Celtic, and we have Odin with psychic insight. And it says, your third eye is open, see the truth for what it is and follow your intuition. So you are indeed someone who has come in on a starseed mission, and you have psychic insights and psychic gifts, and you need to embrace the truth and follow your intuition, because what is within you is the truth. So you already know the answers that you seek. And we have Kuan Yin showing up again for you, which is beautiful. And it says, care and compassion, choose to be love and do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. So a situation that you already know the truth, they're asking you to choose love, choose care, choose compassion, and offer a helping hand, and be the person who approaches it from a higher vantage point, from a vantage point of unconditional love, and offer care and compassion to everyone involved. The next card you have is Bridget with inner strength. And we have Bridget on top of Celtic, and Bridget is the Celtic goddess. So extra clarification there. And it says, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. So you have had something that has upset you, something that has pulled you out of alignment, and now you are being asked to use your insight to see the truth of the situation. Approach it with care and compassion, call back your strength, do what is right, and bring yourself back to wholeness, bring yourself back into alignment. And we have Master Buddha with increased awareness, and it says, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So your inner voice, your inner sight, you're being asked to trust what you already know to be true. And then we have the beautiful Saint Germain, who is the divine counterpart of Lady Portia. I just spoke about him being the keeper of the violet flames. And it says, move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. So more clarification that there's a situation here that was a bit funky, it pulled you out of alignment, and they're now asking you to release it with care and compassion. Call back your energy. You know what to do in your heart because you have increased awareness. And the card is karma release. So by you behaving in this way and releasing a situation, you're releasing the karma, and you are doing what is right for everyone involved. And we have Kalima facing fear. So major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So as you release these connections, these situations that have caused you pain, that have caused you to be pulled out of alignment and have maybe taken your power in some way, now is the time to release them, because you are changing and miraculous changes are occurring, and this is your chance to soar. So beautiful, beautiful energy there. So the center one is obviously very much based on your mission as a starseed. So you are probably going to be asked to really embody your gifts, your insight, your inner voice, and really step completely and fully into your power and the next stage of your spiritual path and your journey. So on top of spouse, farm, wars and battles, and the high priestess or priest, we have Isis with magic manifesting. And it says, your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. We have Gaia with earth connection. And it says, be mindful of the planet, come back down to earth and stay grounded. So after every healing, there is a period of about 10 days where you are in integration mode while the healing is shifting. Changes are taking place in your vibration during this time. It's so important to drink lots of water, but also stay grounded. So as much connection to Mama Gaia. And this is falling on top of the farm card. So if you live around farmland, or you have the chance to get out in the countryside and mix in with animals and plants and nature at its finest, then please do so. You are encouraged by the masters to do so. Okay. The next card on top of here is Radha and Soul Flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship, harmony and healing. Okay, so we know that there was a deep soul connection that was lost here, and we know that we've just done a soul healing and a soul retrieval. So parts of yourself will have been brought back to you, and now that you have those parts back, you are rediscovering a lost part of yourself, and deep relationship, harmony and healing will occur because of that. So beautiful message. And your final outcome over here is the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real and miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. Wow. I mean, just look at the image on that card. It's just so beautiful. Beautiful message. Okay, now, because you had a romantic dynamic playing out that was quite strong in your reading, I'm now going to pull you a romance spread for more clarification over here. So we know you had a really profound connection. Let's see what advice they have for you regarding this connection. Okay, can I have some more messages for her, please? Okay. Okay, anything else? Right. So, okay, your overall energy here is release your ex. And it says the time has come to clear your energy. So if you have a situation that is still lingering, no matter if it was 5 months ago, 5 weeks ago, or 5 years ago, they're telling you that there needs to be some more release and forgiveness. And maybe this is the situation in the middle that you need to release with care and compassion and forgiveness. But there is an ex that needs releasing. Often we've got to release what is past to make room vibrationally for changes to happen, and then it brings in new love of all sorts, because we are just more open, because Lady Nada comes in with this beautiful heart awakening. So let's see what they want to say about this one. So pay attention to the red flags. So the signs are cautioning you. So signs and symbols, they can appear in dreams, they can appear in angel numbers, they can appear in songs, literally everywhere. When your angelic team want to get hold of you, they will bombard you left, right and center. Now, in this one it says pay attention to the red flags. Sometimes people can perceive that as a negative. I don't really attach a negative to it. I just think that is them waving a flag at you to get your attention, whether it is to protect you from something or whether it is to steer you away from something. Either way, there's a message there. So pay attention to the messages that are coming in. The next one we have is healing family issues, and it says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. The next card is children. So your love life is being affected by children. The next one you have is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. And we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So you had a love that you lost. Pay attention to the red flags. You can kind of place that where you feel they are calling your attention. but it will be bringing up some family issues. Now, when I say family issues, if you have had the love of your life and you have lost them in a lifetime like you did here, often you can come in with a fear of commitment. You can have a fear that if you marry someone, something terrible will happen, and therefore you have this unconscious block within you that is hindering you in some way. Now, when we heal these past life traumas, we are then able to release the situation with love and forgiveness, and those blocks are removed and we can start to heal. But this card here is followed very quickly by children. So your love life is being affected by children. So there is a family dynamic involving children. Now this can be your children. This could be your children in a past life who are still in your life now, and you are got some karma to work out with them. Or it can be your relationship with your parents. So when you heal the relationship that you have with your mother or your father, it then allows you to have a fresh start when you look at your own relationships. So the relationship that we can have with a male energy, if we are disconnected from our father, it can mess up our other relationships because we didn't have that fatherly figure there who was secure, who was supportive, who was loving. So there is something here to do with you as a child, your children, or your partner's children that needs a little bit of work. It needs a little TLC. But if you trust the situation and you follow your guidance and the signs that they're giving you to show you where you need to do the work, to show you what needs releasing, what conversations need to happen, what forgiveness needs to be extended, what happens when you do this work is your true love connection comes in, or you are able to fully open yourself up to the true love that you already have around you and you already have in your life. So some beautiful messages coming through there. I am now going to pull you some affirmations. These cards are amazing. They have crystals on them. Everyone knows that I work very closely with crystals. In and of themselves, they don't offer you protection. Your protection comes from the divine. What the crystals do is they help to amplify your aura, to keep your vibration high. They really help you ground in your energy. They really help you work with new light codes and activations that are coming in. So I will now get some messages for each dynamic. So Egypt, and ships. Can I have 2 more, please? Thank you. And 1 more for that one. Okay. So galactic. No, they don't want that one. Celtic, galactic. And the knighthood. What's going on with that one? Okay. Thank you. Okay. And we've got this love dynamic going on over here. Spouse dynamic. Family dynamic. Thank you. Okay. 1 more. Okay. Thank you. Right. So on top of Lady Nata, we are starting with cobalt and calcite, which is a beautiful stone of the heart chakra. Pink and green, all pink and green colors are connected to the heart and the higher heart. So it says, are you in love? Are you craving health and feelings of well-being? Become a conduit for allowing heaven and earth to meet at your center. It is time to acknowledge the essence of divine love in you. Take the time to nurture yourself. Imagine yourself in the arms of the Divine Mother. And it's Archangel Jophiel. I activate and embrace divine love. My emotions are balanced. I am clear and joyful. I am compassionate, wise, and tolerant. The qualities of unconditional love, mercy, and understanding emanate from my being. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful messages there. The next one is also a stone of the heart chakra, and it is watermelon tourmaline. And it says, are you looking for romance? Do you need more attention and affection? It is time to nurture yourself and to treat yourself the way you want others to treat you. This is a good time to rev up your self-acceptance and increase your willingness to allow more love in your life. And it's Archangel Chamuel. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. I transform the world around me through focusing my energy and intentions on divine love. Every word I say, every thought I think travel on the frequency of love. And the next one we have is tree agate. And it says, are you a tree hugger or an activist? Take the time to sit beneath a tree and connect with the qualities of its firmly planted roots, its ability to flex and bend in a storm, its amazing power of growth. Remember your roots, yet always remember how much you can grow to reach great heights. And it's Archangel Thuriel. And the affirmation is, the earth is my mother. I am one with all that is. I am connected with the sacred energy of the trees, the plants, the shrubs, the vines, and smaller vegetation. I embrace the sunshine as well as the rain. I am in balance with all of life. So very much coming back to the farm and the energy that was coming through over here for you. And the last one that is on this Egypt and ships dynamic that is coming into your life, I'm going to say this is something that hasn't come yet, is pink tourmaline, which is another stone of the heart center. And it says, do you treat yourself well? What kind of self-talk is going on in your mind? Pay attention to how well you treat yourself. Be aware of your inner chatter and make changes towards love. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. It is time to awaken your consciousness and focus on the love for yourself. And it's Archangel Chamuel. Unconditional love is mine today and always. Every cell in my being vibrates at the rate of love. I am good. I am happy. I am grateful. The energy of my own loving vibration nurtures my thoughts and my feelings. So beautiful, beautiful messages coming through there. Really, really, really stepping into you blooming as a divine feminine and experiencing heart chakra awakening. The higher heart chakra as well always comes into play. When we fully open the heart chakra and we experience this beautiful heart awakening, it triggers a higher heart awakening. And this for me is the seat of compassion. So a soul who is very good at giving and receiving love generally in day-to-day relationships has an open heart. When the higher heart activation happens for me, they then have this newfound love for the divine. They are oozing empathy and compassion and unconditional love for the world around them, and for humanity as a whole. So I think you're in for next level heart awakenings with that little collection. Okay, so on top of knighthood and galactic and Celtic, we have lapis lazuli. Now, we know that that is definitely a stone connected to ancient Egypt and also to royalty. So it says, are you listening to your inner guidance? Let go of the extra stress in your life. Release the obstacles that cause frustration. Align with the angels and allow divine orchestration to light your path, to bring you to the right place at the right time. Flow and allow your inner guidance to show you the way. Listen to the still small voice in order to find the answers that you seek. And it is Archangel Michael. I am focused, I see, I sense, I feel, I know the truth. I follow my intuition. It is easy for me to meditate, and my entourage of angels orchestrates my life. I receive messages all the time, and I allow my internal guidance system to guide me. Wisdom is innate within me. So, sorry that I paused for a second there. I'm just recognizing the clarification that you have increased awareness, psychic gifts coming online, inner knowing, and they're really asking you to trust yourself in this now moment. So you've had 3-4 messages here of trusting your own gifts and knowing that you hold within you everything you need in order to heal and completely release this situation here. So your next card is Magenta Dyed Agate. Again, beautiful, beautiful stone. And it says, are you seeking unconditional love? You really want others to demonstrate the love that they have for you. Show your love for others and know that you are loved by many. Allow love. Be a receptacle for all that is love. Love is your natural state. And it's Archangel Zadkiel, and the affirmation is, I am love. I align with my consciousness with gentleness, compassion, and goodwill towards all. I am compassionate and kind. I am aligned with the healing powers of inner peace and kindness. I am able to help others by vibrating love through my presence, my word, and my actions. So, more beautiful clarification of what we said is about to happen over here, that your cup will be very much overflowing with empathy, love, compassion, which is beautiful. Okay, so we are moving over to the soulmate dynamic that we know came up in the past life, and we have Indectonite Tektite. I've never actually had this crystal. It's very much like Moldavite, as in it is galactic in nature. So the message on this one is, have you been noticing that things seem to happen unexpectedly? Old injuries coming back to be reviewed. It is time to dissipate the emotional charges, the attachments, and the expectations. As you heal those around you and essentially the planet. Be in a place of allowing and enjoy life. Now you've also got the planet and healing family issues here. So again, another really powerful card of extra clarification. It is Archangel Sandalphon, and it says, I easily handle the unexpected. I stop, I breathe, I observe. I move forward with grace. Blessings come into my life seemingly out of nowhere. I have unlimited potential and my possibilities are endless. So, beautiful message there. The next one we have is Brown Agate, and it is, have you been spending time in nature and how does your garden grow? Whether you live in a small city, an apartment, or an expansive farm, you can always find a way to establish roots in the earth and in nature. Use the negative eons of the mountains, the sea, or the air for your overall well-being. And it's Archangel Thuriel, and the affirmation is, I am a caretaker of the earth. I spend time in nature. My connection with the fairies is strong. I am a good gardener. It's easy for me to open up and allow light in. I unlock the secrets of my soul. So I think you've already started to unlock some of the secrets of your soul. But what beautiful messages. Okay, and your last one is green calcite. Again, another stone of healing the heart chakra. And any green crystal is all about healing in general. But this one particularly works well with the heart. And it says, are you having a change of heart? Do you find that you are having a hard time changing the way you look at love and friendships? The only constant in life is change. Take the time to adjust and nurture yourself as changes take place. Honor and accept the change. And it is Raphael, Archangel Raphael, and the affirmation is, I tap into my innate healing abilities within in order to realign my emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies. Nature brings me balance. I enjoy and absorb positive green vibrations of plants, herbs, and essential oils. I remain focused even when the world around me is changing. So, nature, earth connection, grounding yourself, embracing anything to do with healing. So green, really quite couldn't ask for more magical messages than that. Okay, so I am now going to pull you a dragon energy card, thank you, to see what message they have about your ascension. And we have Archangel Gabriel's dragon, and he brings purification. And we have self-discipline will speed your ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So beautiful there. Let me read this one for you. Okay. Archangel Gabriel's dragon is number 48. So I don't know if 4 and 8 are your numbers. They certainly are mine. Right. Fifth dimensional white dragons serve Archangel Gabriel and the mighty pure white angel of clarity, joy, and hope. When we are ready to connect more deeply to him, his dragons shine their crystal light into our energy fields and our physical body, allowing deep cleansing and purification to take place. They light up our true essence and we become transparent to the spiritual world. This means that the lower energies that have not been released from our auric field become visible. So it is important to forgive, love, and respect ourselves and others, so that our aura becomes totally clear. Then the dragons will rejoice, for we will be ready to walk the diamond ascension path. They will lead the way, clearing and energizing your sparkling new high frequency journey and bringing us clarity, hope, and joy, so that Archangel Gabriel with his diamond wings can overlight us. So the guidance is, receiving this card implies you are expected to cooperate with Archangel Gabriel's diamond white dragons, using self-examination and self-discipline to accelerate your ascension. The dragons can then illuminate you internally with happiness, clarity, higher expectations. You will become a shining beacon and will automatically radiate light that shows others the way. You will have earned the right to be a walking master. You will carry in your fields the glorious light of Archangel Gabriel's cosmic diamond, which is the life-transforming ascension tool. The diamond white light will swirl and dance around you, ensuring that the glittering, shimmering cosmic diamond stays securely in place over your energy field. It will protect your aura and it will fill you with joy, purity, and bliss. So, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dragon message. I'm going to get you one more message to close it down, and this is the Starseed deck. Again, it will be about your mission as a galactic starseed moving forward. So can I please have a final card for her? Oops. Thank you. Okay. So Your card is I Remember, and it says soul plan, the fated life versus the destined one. And I will read this for you from the book. Right, so there was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you are living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one that we are born into. The destined life is the one that our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it is because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destined life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you towards, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's journey. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you are being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or to choose the one less travelled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You are being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt and fear to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you are facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life's journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. So the Starseed Soul Inquiry is, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? So that is the question that we will close down your follow-up reading on. They're asking you to remember. They're asking you to remember your mission, your galactic mission, and to fully embrace it moving forward as the healing settles in, and your soul will start to bring you back fragments of your soul's journey. And when we put it all back together and we heal and we elevate, we have greater awareness. We then are able to trust our psychic gifts, to trust our intuition, to trust our healing gifts, to embrace this beautiful heart awakening of compassion and unconditional love. And when we are overflowing with this new healing, with this new love, with this newfound connection, it profoundly affects the relationships around us and in the world. So embrace the changes that are coming, my darling, and in healing yourself, you are healing your bloodline, your family, and your future bloodline. So I hope this has been a blessing for you. I'm sending you much love. Thank you for trusting me to be part of your healing journey, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.